welcome back to my channel. Today we are telling the story time of how we got engaged at 22 and 23 years old. Buckle in, because this is gonna be crazy.
Do not expect to get engaged because you're gonna ruin this trip.
I just got engaged. You've got 10 minutes. Pack your bags, we're going on a trip.
I wonder where we're going.
Why am I nervous?
Kayla-Rose gives sent. Will you marry me?
So for those of you who don't know, we started dating back in May of 2022. We've been dating for about 3 years now, and about a year into it, we started talking about, you know, what our future looks like. We were both pretty confident that, you know, hey, this is like a forever thing. We're locked in. That leads us to our first kind of talks of like, what does our future look like? It goes into our New York trip. We went to New York back in January of 2023. We went looking for a little bit of diamonds.
Keep in mind, this is January of 2023. We went ring shopping. We went, we designed, we chose, we tried on my dream ring. This guy, you know, you don't go ring shopping unless you're like in the market to get engaged. So here I am going, heck yes, we are getting engaged in like the next year because we had planned, pretty much bought everything, this dream ring. So I'm walking out of here one happy girl, like I am gonna be a fiance in the next year.
This is like early 2023, January. What went through my mind is like, hey, it's cool. We get the process started. We're looking at rings. This is cool. We're in New York anyways. So we get that process going. But I think in my head like, hey.
He gaslit me.
Gaslit? No. I think to myself, hey, get a couple years in. And I told her, hey, like 1 to 3 years is a good kind of time frame for us to like start thinking about that next step.
But you don't go and pretty much buy a ring and then say, oh, I'm not gonna give it to you for 1 to 3 years. Like, excuse me? This was a soft spot in our relationship.
Time, we go on a lot of different trips, and this was torture for Kayla. For like from January until November, every single trip. You explain.
So every single trip, we went to trips home with my family, we went to trips to Greece, we went to trips to every inch of the world, and every single trip I was making sure I had my hair done, I had my nails done, I had a tan. We would go on a trip like once every couple months. So I was convinced every single trip that I was getting engaged. And this guy, he didn't make it easy. He would go, ooh, are we getting engaged this trip? He would play with my emotions.
I would even tell her to like get her nails done or her hair done, which actually really helped me because when the actual engagement time came around, you know, we were doing the same things that we were always doing, except this time it was for real. And what a lot of people don't know is I was actually planning this engagement for like a while, and it was supposed to actually be in Greece. Timelines didn't match up. Everything didn't match up. There was a lot of work stuff that was going on. I randomly got thrown into a movie right after that. It kind of made it crazy. So first original proposal failed. And it goes into the planning of our next one, which ended up being in Hawaii.
I was fully convinced we were getting engaged in Greece. I had bought all new outfits. I had hair, nails, everything done. This guy had booked the fanciest villa I had ever seen in my whole entire life. Meanwhile, he's going, are we getting engaged? Are we not getting engaged? I'm not gonna tell you. This could be the trip. You could be coming home from Greece a fiance, Kayla.
Okay, I never said that. I never once said that. It was never to that extent, but I'm sure it felt like it.
So yeah, we're in beautiful, picturesque Santorini, Greece. He's booking photo shoots. I'm like, oh my God, we are gonna get engaged in this photo shoot. Come out of the photo shoot, not engaged. The whole trip goes by, I'm going home, not engaged, internally distraught, but it leads us to Hawaii.
Yeah, so what ended up happening, and I briefly mentioned earlier, is I randomly booked a role for a movie, which was amazing, and it was one of the greatest experiences. But when it comes to mixing being an actor and also, you know, planning an engagement, yeah, those things don't collide. And I literally remember being in my trailer every day, on calls with the people that was gonna help me with the proposal, and then immediately going onto set and acting. And this was like a daily thing, and it was perfect because first half of the filming, Kayla literally couldn't be on set because she had to get cleared first. You know, I was like taking calls by myself. I was making things happen. I was booking a photographer. I was booking the venue. I was booking everything. And it ended up being so perfect. During that first half, I got everything done. Now, it wasn't easy. Let me just say that. Balancing both, kind of difficult. What were you thinking during the movie time?
I had no idea. He had just come off pneumonia as well. So he was like unwell, filming a movie, trying to do lines. I had absolutely no idea. Not 1 inch of me had any idea that he was planning something. He really got got me on that.
Yeah, and what's funny is everybody on set kind of knew what was happening, and they were really excited for me. Like, they all knew that I was, gonna pop that question soon. And that leads us to the wrap of the movie. We eventually wrap at the very end of November. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. We wrap on November 23rd, and I had the date of the proposal on November 26th, which is kind of crazy. You might be asking yourself, Sean, did you just like fly to Hawaii? What happened? I'll let Kayla explain this part.
So we literally fly in from Canada. We are exhausted.
Oh yeah, little side note, movie filmed in Canada, which is not where we live. We live in Los Angeles.
So we fly in from Canada at like midnight. I'm going to bed. Sean's going, I can't go to bed. I've got a brand deal due tomorrow. It was Saturday at this point. I've got a brand deal tomorrow. I look back and I'm like, why would a brand deal be due on Sunday? In that moment, I didn't even question it. So he was up until like 4, 5 a.m. doing this brand deal as I was sleeping in the bed. Wake up the next morning, get ready to go to the gym. I'm in my gym clothes, haven't showered, haven't anything.
During all of this, while she's like thinking that it's just a normal schedule and I'm just getting back into my work, I was planning everything. I was on calls making sure that everything was set, on calls with the ring people, making sure it delivered on time because it had to get delivered. I had to make sure my friend was able to pick up the delivery. During night and early morning, I was getting everything planned and done. I even started calling a few friends and getting their reaction to the ring. I called my friend McCall, she had a great reaction. Parents reacted really well, and yeah, I eventually told my roommates, who actually had no idea. Nobody knew except for my parents and siblings. They were the only ones.
So it cuts to the next morning. I wake up completely oblivious. Bags still packed from Canada. I go downstairs, I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And Sean brings me upstairs and he sets up the vlog cam and he looks at me and he goes, you've got 10 minutes, pack your bags, we're going on a trip. My initial thing, I think we've got footage of it. I turn to him and I go, are we getting engaged? And he goes, don't worry about it. Pack your bags, we've got 10 minutes, let's go. And when he said 10 minutes, it wasn't like 30 minutes. It was literally 10 minutes, like 10 minutes. I hadn't showered, I hadn't brushed my teeth, I hadn't eaten, I hadn't even woken up. And he's like, pack your bags.
What's a Sean surprise without it being last minute and hectic, you know?
God, I got the shower.
I'm literally sweating, Chad. Let's go!
He wouldn't tell me where we were going either. I had no idea where we were going. I thought we were going to like Portland or something. So I didn't even unpack my bags from Canada. They still had my puffer jackets, my leggings, my jeans, my long sleeves. I did not pack a single dress to go to Hawaii. I packed one swimsuit, but my whole bag was just winter clothes because I was just like, I don't even have time to unpack. So I just re-zipped up my bag from Canada and like called it a day. But yeah, he would not tell me where we were going and there was literally 10 minutes. Like the Uber was waiting outside as he was telling me we were going on a trip.
Kayla, do you have everything you need?
I think so.
And this is where it gets a little bit interesting because like, you'll see with the footage that you guys see right now, like everything was kind of just all over the place. I was stuffing random things in my bag that I think I might have needed. While she was panic packing, I was also panic packing too because I was like, where am I gonna put the ring? What am I gonna do? I ended up putting it in my backpack. I hope nobody sees this. I hope TSA doesn't like scan it. I don't know. What if she's there? And then I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with all of like the planning. I gotta make sure that she doesn't see the tickets because I don't want her to start speculating in her mind. And eventually there was this common theme that happens where this week where I eventually turn to Kayla and I tell her, don't expect to get proposed. And that was kind of my scapegoat for the week. I kept doing that multiple times throughout the week. I would look at her and I say, I'm so serious. Do not expect to get engaged because you're gonna ruin this trip. It's just a fun trip. While all of this craziness is happening, I'm also just gaslighting her at the same time. Eventually get into the Uber.
Later, house. On to wherever we're going.
What were you thinking?
I was still hoping. This guy though, like he is happy as happy can be, never says a bad thing, anything. But for him to actually look at me and go, Kayla, you're gonna ruin this trip. Like, every time like I had a little ounce of excitement about getting engaged, he would be like, Kayla, no, you're gonna ruin the trip. Kayla, don't expect it. You've got such high expectations. I just wanted to have a good trip with you and you're gonna ruin this. My little heart in the car was like it was still a little bit hopeful. By the way he was acting, I was like, wow, he has never acted like this before. He is like, quite frankly, being a bit of an asshole right now. What is happening? So I was like, okay, we'll just run with it, whatever. Once again, did not suspect Hawaii. You could have told me to pack at least one dress. Or like some sandals or something. Or maybe Yeah, in the Uber, I was like, well, and I didn't want to tell anybody because I'd done this over and over and over where like I'd Snapchatted my friends and been like, I think I'm getting engaged this week. And then it's just awkward and embarrassing when it doesn't happen.
And for me, that was just a regular Saturday. For her, she thought it was like busiest highlight of her life.
So I had learnt from all the previous trips where I thought I was getting engaged not to tell anyone. So I just like kept it to myself. I ran with it. Had no idea where we were going.
We eventually get to the airport. I'm telling her the whole time, like, do not look at any of the tickets. I'm gonna go check in the bags. You go somewhere else. And I made her make sure she didn't know. And we actually got her raw reaction to knowing where we were going. And it was actually so cute. She was really excited.
Kayla still doesn't know where we're going, and these are all our bags. Let's go. I wonder where we're going.
Going to the gate now, because I have no idea where we're going. Apparently we're running really late. Go to Hawaii, which is like my special place.
When I saw Hawaii, I was like, this guy is cruel. If he is taking me to Hawaii right now and is like surprised this big getaway trip and is not proposing to me, he is actually cruel. Like that is, I don't know.
Yeah, and what's even worse is I was telling her to her face that we weren't getting engaged, but every sign was there. Like for example, I would tell her, oh, if we get engaged, we're flying like first class. Well, guess what? We were flying first class that trip. And she was, you know, low-key getting excited, but I was telling her, yo, stop.
Gaslighting me.
Yeah.
Hawaii is also a very special place. Like if there is one place that kind of signifies us, our relationship and our everything, when times get tough, when I get sad, when he gets sad, when we need a break, we go to Hawaii. And we made a pact to go to Hawaii every single year when we first started dating.
But we eventually make it to Hawaii, and that's where vlogging starts. There's moments where I'm talking to the camera and I literally have to turn it off because she's around the corner. For example, this clip. And so yeah, we eventually get settled into Hawaii. I'm scrambling because not only am I planning this engagement, but there's also multiple things that I need to do. I needed to tell all my friends and family, and I needed to get permission from her dad. One thing that Kayla made very clear was that, you know, traditional, you gotta ask my dad to ask me to be married, right? And so we did that. Here are some of the reactions from the friends and family and also her dad. So there's one last step. It's time to call Kayla's dad. Why am I nervous? I filmed in a movie, done commercials and shows. Why am I nervous? We're calling. How's it going, Mickey Bob? And so I was wondering if this Thursday I can ask Kayla to marry me.
She's all yours. Happy, welcome to the family show.
Oh, thank you. I'm more than stoked. We did it. Kind of stumbled upon my words there. Oh my God, I'm choking up. Can't do that for the engagement. God damn it.
As he was doing that, the first couple of days were like kind of chill. The first day we went and got a massage. I just happened to go and get my nails done. In the back of my head, I'm like, maybe, but he was also working. So I was like, oh, I might as well go do something for myself, go get my nails done. So
Which they looked amazing.
Because it was straight before Christmas, the nail lady was like solely trying to convince me. She was like, have to get Christmas nails. Like you need to get red Christmas nails. And like the only way I could get her off my case was, oh, I told her that I thought I was getting engaged this trip. I don't know, I was like manifesting. And so I came out with my pearly white chrome nails that I had had for the last 2 years because just in case I got engaged.
Now one thing that was planned though was what Kayla was wearing. So what I ended up doing was Kayla kind of gave me like a list of different dresses that she was like, I wouldn't mind, you know, wearing this if I was getting proposed, you know, hint, hint, wink,
over the
wink.
last year and a half.
And she gave me like a list and I've compiled them and I bought like all of the top dresses that were available. There were a couple that weren't in stock. I brought it in a bag. It was in like my little basketball bag.
I noticed it in the corner of the room and I was like, every night I was like, Sean, what's in that bag? Can I open that bag? You usually pack nothing to come on a trip. Here you are with a massive suitcase and a bag on top of that. What is in that bag? It was the forbidden bag. He wouldn't let me go into it. He wouldn't let me see it.
I made her a pinky promise every time I left the room. I said, you are not touching this bag.
He would take it with him to go and get our DoorDash. He would pick up this basketball bag, take it down with him to the lobby to go and get our DoorDash.
Because inside that bag were 3 dresses, her favorite dresses that she said in the past that she would want to get engaged in. She had that covered. She thought that maybe I didn't. And we ended up going dress shopping so it looked like, you know, I wasn't prepared or anything. Because I showed her the dresses, that would be like a telltale sign. Hey, why do you have my engagement dresses? One thing that wasn't planned was that I didn't have an outfit. Classic me not prepared, but luckily I'm pretty easy. You know, there was a list of things that Kayla needed, but for me, I didn't really care. As long as I looked okay, it didn't matter. Which made it seem more casual, which is just perfect. Kayla's stressed. She's like, I can't find anything. She's kind of convinced that she's getting engaged. She's kind of not, so she's like, I don't know what to do. The day comes where she just eventually learned about the dresses and the bag. And how did that unfold?
Oh my gosh, he was like, he sat down with the vlog camera and he like set up the vlog camera and he picked up this bag and I was like, oh my god, here is the moment, guys. I get to find out what's inside this bag. I sat down and he'd set up the vlog camera. He pulls out these dresses, which I've been eyeing off for like a year and a half, and he pulls out these dresses and I look at him with this face of like pure happiness, because I'm like, if this guy has brought these dresses and has given them to me knowing that this is what I want to get engaged in and hands them to me and we don't get engaged, he's about to be single, because that is next level cruel. Like, here, have your dream engagement dresses, but you're not getting engaged. So in that moment I was like, he's being cruel, but he's not that cruel.
So, you've been wanting to know what's in that bucket squad bag?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the things in it. Okay. Just a couple things.
He's been carrying around this duffel bag that has been so suspicious.
Just a few things.
And I've been eyeing it off for like the last 48 hours.
But
it's now a good time to tell you that I actually looked in it.
We're flying home.
Just kidding, I didn't.
Close your eyes.
Being in the corner
Close
of
your
my
eyes.
room.
Fully close your eyes.
Feel it, pussy, walking in my
Balenciagas.
trying to bring out the fabulous.
A few more options for today. Just a couple. But just a few. So let's take a look at the options.
This is cruel if you're doing this to me. Don't do that face.
Wait, before. This is why I prefaced you. I said I have to go about it. Regardless of what happens.
Yes.
I have to go about it.
I get why you're giving me these, because then I can wear them for the photo shoot if I don't want to. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But what if I wear this and I actually want to wear it to get engaged?
Don't, I didn't think about that. But it's whatever. Let's go.
So we don't actually need to go shopping.
Well, we do.
Wow.
But now you have a better, because in your head yesterday you were like, I don't know what I'm wearing.
Isn't this stunning?
Wow, that is actually so stunning. Oh my god.
These are my dream engagement dresses. These two right here, I've been nailing him about it. Have I sent this to you?
I don't know, have you?
I've had this.
So the reason being I'm showing you this is so you know your dress options, so that when we go to where we're about to go, you know what to get.
I know you know me when you get the same dress in two colors because you don't know what color I'm gonna want to wear. That is how I know you know me. We've got the black version and the white version, just in case. You are so clever.
Yeah, so I got a little extra clothes for her for the photo shoot. So now we must go to this next location and be back in like an hour.
Where are we going?
I don't know, where are we going?
Tell me now.
Let's go.
Kayla, I only got 3 of the dresses off the list because, you know, there's a whole list of... I got these ones for you. You need to stop having the expectation of getting engaged because it's not happening. I was like...
I went into full gaslight mode. In the back of my head, I was like, I know that she's gonna know if I pull these out. I have to play stupid, dumb boyfriend. I have to lie to her. I have to gaslight her, manipulate how she feels. And I need her to basically be convinced that this dumbass bought all of these dresses and these are the ones I like. She wants me to wear these. And I was just trying to basically just manipulate her thoughts because I didn't want her to like be fully convinced. I'm sure at the back of her head, and I'm sure you can say that too. You probably knew, but I wanted that doubt because we've had so many trips before, you've done so many photo shoots before, you've had your hopes up before. I wanted that doubt to still be there of like, well, it might not happen.
And then I was fully trying to gaslight him, but I'm not wearing these for the photo shoot. I'm gonna save them for when we actually get engaged. And he's like trying to tell me, he's like, Kayla, you have to wear one of these dresses, but without telling me that you have to wear one of these dresses.
This is where the mind games kind of begin. I have to make her wear it. It became a huge thing where I was just like, yo, you gotta wear it. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And I was also stressed at the whole time because I was like, I can't tell her, but I need to tell her to wear it. It was just like a lot of back and forth. I try to put a bunch of road bumps to kind of like set up the fact that it's not happening. Like, I tell her that there's multiple photo shoots for the week, even though there was only one. I tell her that she needs to do her own makeup because that's one thing that's really important. Like, you know, Kayla told me that she wanted to have like a really good makeup lady for that day, but like literally the night before, I had Kayla go to Target and pick pick up like sale clearance item makeup for this photo shoot. But what she didn't know is I already hired makeup artists. And we actually have a clip of Kayla right after that where she's going back to the hotel and she meets the makeup ladies for the first time. And she doesn't know that I actually set up the whole thing.
I have another surprise, but here's the thing. It's because I lied to you about some stuff.
Why are you always lying?
Because I'm a liar. You wanna go meet your makeup artist and your hairstylist?
Oh my god, hello.
And I see the hair and makeup ladies, and I was like, in that moment, I was like, Kayla, chill, 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 chill. Like, I wanted to jump up and down and be so excited, but I was like, chill, stay cool. Like, but in that moment, I think I knew. Like, in that moment when there was the hair and makeup lady, I'm like, this guy, he goes above and beyond, but like, for a standard photo shoot that we usually do on every single trip, there's no organized hair and makeup, there's no organized outfits, there's no telling me to fake tan, there's no going out and getting makeup. So in that moment, I was like pretty dang sure, but I still didn't want to get my hopes up.
I literally could have told her to her face, we'll probably get engaged this week. She probably would have been like, I don't want to get my hopes up, don't want to get my hopes up, don't want to get my hopes up. And I would even tell her to her face that week, don't get your hopes up because it's not happening. You had conversations with the hair and makeup ladies.
Yeah.
They knew the whole time, but she didn't. And what were those conversations?
We were sitting there getting like our hair and makeup done, and I was like telling them about Sean and I was like, can I be honest? I really hope I'm getting engaged today. Like, I hope that this is my engagement hair and makeup. And they just like kept on diverting the conversation, and I was like, I'm being ballsy here. This is the first person that I've told that I hope that I'm getting engaged today because I have kept my lips sealed. Turns out they knew the whole time. I had absolutely no idea. They killed the hair and makeup though. I felt like a princess.
Hair and makeup is done. Looks freaking amazing. Like, look at that. Now Sean is hurrying me to get dressed and he hasn't even showered. So we get dressed, then we've got an hour drive apparently. God knows where we're going, God knows what we're doing, but see you there.
Once hair and makeup was done, then I got into my dress, my dream engagement dress. I started like getting little butterflies. I was like, oh my God, but he was just being so normal. He was like, we're running late, we're running late.
There was one last kind of bump and barrier, and that was that I told her that it was like a last minute booking. The photo shoot was like really weird. They were really sketchy. The guy, by the way, who filmed it, Tom, very nice guy. But I was telling her the opposite. I was telling her that we were supposed to meet up earlier, but it didn't work. All of these crazy stories to make it seem like this is not organized at all. Like, it was not last minute. We planned this a month ago. And so we get into the car and we have an hour drive out to the north shore of Oahu. It shows that we're like running late, and I said I need to be there at a certain time. But in reality, it didn't matter what time we arrived. I was showing the text, like, look, we have to be here at this time. It did not matter, but I made it seem like we were running late and it was just like bad. And there's no way that this could be the scenario that she gets engaged in. And what were you thinking during that time?
Well, it was hilarious. This guy put on his acting skills to the point where he had brought up Google Maps on his phone, Apple Maps on another phone, and then the driver had another form of maps on, and he's talking with the driver going, if we go this route, it's gonna be faster, we're gonna be late. What if we take this road? This map is saying that if we take this road, we'll get there faster. So I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I've got my hair and makeup done. I'm in my dream dress. We're running late. We're meeting up with a photographer that's probably not even gonna be there or is probably sketchy as hell. So I was sitting there, I was like, oh my God, this is just respectfully typical Sean fashion, running late, having absolutely no idea what's going on. And then I remember as we were driving, my dad called me. My dad video called me.
I forgot about that.
And I answered the phone call and I was like talking to my dad and I was like telling him how we're going to do a photo shoot and all of that.
Knew.
And Sean in the background is going, we're on the way to the photo shoot, because I think he's like freaking out that dad's gonna say something. So like he butts into the conversation. He's like, we're still on our way to the photo shoot. We haven't got to the photo shoot yet. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is weird. Like, I think dad knows that we're not at the photo shoot yet. We're in the car, but Sean's making sure he knows that we haven't had the photo shoot yet. He played it really well to the point where he was like chatting with the Uber driver that we were gonna be late, and then finally get there after an hour. Turns out we're not running late. Turns out Tom is not sketchy. Tom is a great guy.
I told Tom that it would be really sketchy if you just put a mic on me. I told him, hey, when you put the mic on me, I'm gonna just act really surprised like I didn't know we were doing videos. Because if I knew that we were doing videos, that's something definitely different than what we usually do on our photo shoot, and Kayla would immediately know. We meet up with Tom.
I was scared approaching him. I was like, oh my God, this is bad. After everything Sean has said, we're on this sketchy sketchy ass beach in this sketchy ass road. Tom is probably sketchy as hell, so I'm standing back near the car because I'm like, I don't want to approach this situation. This is not good.
Yeah, but we go up to Tom and he basically goes, cool, yeah, we just gotta set up a few things. I wanna get an opening shot of you guys walking out. So also, here's the mic for the video. And I turn to him, I go, video? We're doing video? And I turned to Kayla, I'm like, I didn't know we were doing videos too. And you know, a little acting, even though I knew we were doing video. I did not need her to know that there was like more stuff because then it would start clicking. Eventually Tom goes out and says, give me a couple minutes, let me set up. In a couple minutes, start going, because that's when I want to get the opening shots of you guys walking up on the beach. I think it's gonna be really good. What were you thinking in that moment?
In that moment, I knew. In that moment, I 100% knew, because Sean's getting this microphone on. I'm like, okay, I'm not that stupid. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
I'm sure you still had like a little bit of doubt.
No, because Tom had taken your backpack. Tom goes, oh, I'll take your backpack. I'll take everything that you're not needing, like your stuff. And I was like, either Sean's just had all of his valuables taken by Tom.
Sketchy Tom.
Sketchy Tom has taken Sean's backpack. It has taken our phones, has taken my shoes. Sketchy Tom has taken everything to the beach, but has put a microphone on Sean. So this is like, this is sketchy in itself. Like, we're having a photo shoot. We don't usually have videos. Sean's got this video on him. Sean's going, oh, I didn't know we were getting videos. Meanwhile, Tom's going, don't walk out yet because I want to get a video of you walking out. I'm like, as soon as Sean put the microphone on, I 100% knew. I was like, yeah, this is happening. This is happening.
And luckily, it was not very long until it did happen, because we had a little bit of a 30-second walk. During that time, I was trying to still sell it. I turned to Kayla, I'm like, wow, that guy was really weird. Like, I hope he doesn't steal our stuff. And, you know, trying to just have casual talk, knowing that as soon as we turn that corner, and you're gonna see in the video, we turn a corner, that she'll be able to see this amazing display that we set up. At this point, I haven't seen the display or like the setup, so I'm also nervous because I'm like, what if it looks like absolute garbage? As soon as we turn the corner, it's the most, I see it first, it's the most beautiful thing, and then I turn to Kayla, you get her raw reaction. And what was your thoughts exactly when that happened?
I was like, I don't know how to explain the feeling of it. Like, it's something that you look forward to your whole entire life, and this is what I try to explain to Sean. I'm like, this is the one moment that you look forward to your whole entire life. And I like looked at Sean because I still didn't believe it. I was like, is this actually happening? And he looks at me and he goes, it's actually happening. And in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh.
You throw the heels?
I throw the heels. I said, "Fuck the heels." I threw the heels. I was like, yeah, I don't worry about this. Let's go over here. There's something happening over here. And I was just like, it's like an out of body experience. It's like so insane. As we were walking towards it, and Sean's like, it's actually happening. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I remember telling myself that like, I need to take this in. I need to take this in. I need to take this in. Like, I need to remember this moment. I need to remember this feeling. I didn't remember until we watched the thing. I totally blacked out. I totally 100% blacked out.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because we have it on video, and yeah, this is the moment where Kayla and I connected.
Love you. It has been 913 days since you've decided to become my partner in crime. And I'll tell you, 914 days ago, I did not know what love was. I'll tell you right now, I sure as hell know exactly what love is. Love is when you wake up at 6 a.m. to give me coffee in the morning before set. Love is when we're jumping up and down on hotel beds that we're probably broke. Love is when you sacrifice everything to move and support your partner with his crazy ideas and crazy dreams. I love you so much. And I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with you. So. Kayla-Rose Gibson. Will you marry me?
Is this where I say no?
Put it on. Missy. Oh no! Oh, it fits perfectly.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I love you. I love you so much.
I love you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, you want to take photos? Proper photos?
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Hey. Okay, let's take some photos with. You gotta practice. How are we gonna do this?
Holy crap.
And then after that, what were you thinking?
Well, I said no first to start off with, in like a joking way. Afterwards, I was so freaking excited.
You wanted to call everybody.
I wanted to call everybody right in that moment. Like right in that moment, I wanted to call everybody and tell everybody. And when Sean was like, no, like let's actually get photos and stuff. So we got photos, we got incredible drone footage.
We went from there, we went straight to dinner.
We went straight to a dinner and I still wanted to call everybody. I ended up calling 2 of my best friends because I could not
hold it in.
I could not hold it in anymore, but it was so surreal. And like Sean is not an overly emotional person, and I don't know, seeing him in like such a vulnerable, like loving state.
I was so loving. Look at me. Oh yeah.
No, he was so loving, and I was just in the car ride home on the way to dinner, just trying to process everything and trying to relay the moments in my brain of what just happened, because this is like a story we tell our kids, and I was so overwhelmed. I was so happy. I was like so many emotions going on. Also admiring this. Look at this thing. Also admiring this rock on my finger, which is absolutely insane that we picked out a year and a half ago. But then we went to this dinner, and we had been to this restaurant before, and it was this fancy as when they serve the little tiny little meals at about 12 times, and they're like little bitefuls. We went to this dinner, and the people even at the restaurant knew we'd gotten engaged. So I walked in and they were like, congratulations! I was like, oh my god, they're saying it to me. I'm the fiance. I got engaged. I'm like walking around like with my ring like this.
And this is like big because Kayla for the last 2 years have been saying, when is it my turn? Well, guess what? It was her turn.
And I just was so like, first off, absolutely in love with this guy and everything that he had done. He had put so much thought and effort and energy and to every single little detail. Like he could not have done it any better if he tried. Like he just absolutely knocked it out the park. So we sat at dinner and we were finally able to like talk about all the little moments that had led up to this moment and speak about him asking my dad and him telling his friends and how he booked the photographer and where he found the hair and makeup artist. Like it was so cool being able to talk about those moments. And
and then right after, there was still one more surprise. I booked a suite at a hotel, and it was fully decorated. It had balloons, it had like the ring and the hearts and stuff. And she was able to walk into this suite that she did not know about. And we were able to eventually call all of her friends, all of her family, and get some really incredible reactions. And we spent the night at this really incredible suite in one of the best places in the world in Waikiki Beach, Hawaii.
And when we got back to the hotel, I just bawled. Like,
oh my god, there's a photo.
There's a photo of me and I'm like this, and I just bawled. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was so, like, I'd called all my friends, I'd called all my family, I had told them all, and there was just like the moment where you stop. And I just like looked at Sean. And I was like, holy shit, like you love me this much. Like you have put all this together for me. Like that was insane. And I just cried because I was like, holy shit, like this dude just went above and beyond and more and proposed to me and wants to spend the rest of his life with me and involved all of my friends and my family and my parents and made sure it was the most perfect day ever and has booked this suite and has got it decorated and just filmed a movie and did all of this for me. And I bawled. I was like, it's a fairy tale. It felt like an absolute fairy tale. Hi vlog.
Hello vlog.
I'm just having a moment.
You just got engaged.
I just got engaged.
Wow.
Oh my god, that lie. And then we've just told all my family and my friends, and I'm just having a moment. And I'm so freaking, these are happy tears. I swear, these are happy tears. You did so good.
I love you.
I just want to say thank you to you.
For what? What I do? I just stumbled upon a random flower, bouquet, heart,
I happened to find a diamond on the ground. That's crazy. And I've tripped and fell on a knee.
And I love you.
I love you so much.
You give me everything and more. And you're perfect in every single way, shape, and form. And you
I'm
make
only
me,
5'5".
You make me the happiest. When I met you, I hated men with every fiber of my being. Like,
Me too.
absolutely
I love women though.
hated men. And then you came in
Uh-huh.
and you really healed that and you made me happy. You don't know what I did in
fact.
this world. Stop! I don't know what I did in this world to deserve you or deserve someone like
Stop
you
it.
that shows so much love to not only me but everybody around you. And I'm so lucky and I'm so grateful. And you gave me my sparkle back.
Oh, literally, I gave you. You know, it's fun fact. Kayla, when she was first like admitting that she loved me, I knew she loved me for the longest time, but she finally admitted it. She said, "You gave me my sparkle back." Well, today I gave her an actual sparkle, big sparkle.
And I really, really love you, and I can't wait for our future, and I can't wait to be doing this thing called life with you and keep doing this thing called life with you. I just want you to know that I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you for treating me like an absolute princess all the freaking time.
After that, yeah, we spent the last couple of days in Hawaii just absolutely soaking it in. We didn't announce it on like the socials for a couple of days, so it was really nice just taking a couple of days for just us to sit and chill and take photos hiding the ring. And then eventually we got to celebrate with both of our friends and families, and yeah, that's how we got engaged, and now we're planning a wedding.
Which, pray for us because we're gonna need it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're in the process of like potentially getting engaged, or if you know this was somehow entertaining or this story like helped you in any way, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
And we'll see you all next time.
Peace.